this construction update video, I'm going to give you a look at all the new construction happening between Dabney and Middleton and everything in between. On the screen, you see the basic flight path that I'm going to take. I'll show you these areas and a few others, which is a whole lot to cover. So sit back and relax and enjoy the video, because here we go. We'll start out at the east end of the village of Dabney, where Chandler Drive and 470 meet. 470 all the way down to this intersection is supposed to be widened to 4 lanes. This is the Leesburg Water Treatment Facility. While the city of Leesburg owns it, all this wooded area around it is owned by the Villages. It was bought several years ago. Besides a crossing under the turnpike about a mile to the south of here, there's no other golf cart accessibility currently planned for this additional 550 acres of the Villages. But there is this multimodal path that parallels Chandler Drive all the way down to this small commercial area that someday will be built. My guess is that when they widen 470 to 4 lanes in this area, they'll build a multimodal tunnel under 470 as they do the construction to connect these areas of the Villages together. While nothing has currently been announced for this small commercial area, with the advent of Legacy Place soon to be built just down the road, I'm sure that there'll be something happening in this area in the next few years. Moving now to the west, we're at Megison Road. And across from Megison Road, you can see the construction work going on. This is for the new fire station number 50, a necessary fire station because of the distance of Dabney and Lake Denham and Newell from the other fire stations. As I rotate to the right and look to the west, this section of property used to not be owned by the Villages, but some good detective work by fellow YouTuber Mario Napa discovered that the Villages is acquiring that property. So it will be interesting to see what actually goes into that location. Heading west, we see the work on widening 470 to 4 lanes is well in progress. And the bridge deck has been put in. It's been curing for a couple of weeks now. They need to make sure it cures fully before they do any additional construction work on it to ensure full strength. In the interim, they'll continue to work on some other minor parts of the road improvement, as well as the ramps going to and from the bridge. Moving now to the west side of the turnpike, we get another look at the widening of 470. I'll fly up and we'll get another close-up look from this view of the bridge under construction. Again, things are on hold right now for the most part while the concrete cures. We'll turn around, we'll get another look at the road widening, and then we're going to head to the northwest and take a look at Legacy Place and the work going on there. What we're looking at here, this green area, that's another part of the Villages. It's the old Secret Promise property. When they're going to start working on that, anybody's guess at this point. Here you can see they have started clearing the land and prepping it. There's 3 multimodal tunnels shown here, and a 4th one up ahead. So any doubt about this being a golf cart accessible area should be put to rest at this point. Up ahead, opposite the Mickey Lee Pitch and Putt, is where the new hospital is scheduled to be built. At approximately 700 square acres, Legacy Place is a major commercial district for the region, with approximately 3 million square feet of space for commercial and institutional development. It will be a significant destination in this part of the state of Florida. So far, Publix is the first known entity going in here, but there's also several other properties that I've discovered, including City Furniture and Target, coming to this development. You can expect a tremendous amount of building going on in this area next year, and in 2027, the first businesses will open. There's a new electrical substation going in this area. Here you can see it under construction. This is to supply power to the growing development in this part of the county. As we rotate around, we'll see Fire Station 49, and the property to the left of it, on the left side of the road, is where a post office facility is supposed to be going. Not clear exactly what it's supposed to be, but it doesn't look like a neighborhood postal station. It could be our first real post office here in the Villages. As I head south, we'll be going over the village of Thompson Marsh, which lies on the east side of McNeil Drive, going all the way down to Marsh Bend Trail, or thereabouts. The exact place where it ends and the next village begins isn't clear yet, but there is another village to its south. The straight line passing through the center of the screen is where the Sable Trail natural gas pipeline is buried. This is a 515-mile gas pipeline that runs from Alexander City, Alabama, all the way down to the Central Florida hub in the Orlando area. There's a lot of natural wetlands being preserved in this area. I'm assuming that's part of the Thompson Marsh that the area is named after. The timeline for this area to become houses and start selling is probably a year to a year and a half down the road, just based on the amount of land that they still have to develop in the first phase and the northern section of CDD 16. This is also CDD 16, but it's the farthest east and south in the entire CDD. Here you get another look at the amount of wetlands being preserved in this section of the development. There's been a lot of exciting announcements in this area in the last week or so, and I'm going to get to that in just a minute.
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
Let's continue our trek to the south. Along the Sable Trail pipeline, there's going to be about a 2-mile long walking trail that's going to be built. That's according to some Villages Maps. Now here's the real exciting thing coming up. This is the Tribute Recreation Center. It started construction about 2 weeks ago, so this was taken 11 days ago, and you can see that construction has already started. And on the right side of the screen is where the Live Oak Shopping Center is going to be built. They've just started work on that. The Tribute Recreation Center is a regional recreation center, so it's a big one like Olympia and Azelle and Everglades. And like those 3 rec centers, it's going to take about a year to build. So it's a long process, but it's a very large facility that will be serving this area just a little bit farther south of Eastport. The Live Oak Shopping Center came as a bit of a shock to me. I did not expect it, especially with the close proximity of Legacy Place being built. But hey, they know what they're doing, and there's a tremendous number of homes still to be built in this area. We're going to speed it up a little bit now, and we're going to head back to the north, and we're going to go over the Woodlands and the Lakes executive golf courses. The northwest corner of this traffic circle is the latest area of Long Prairie that's gone up for sale. Let's rotate now to the north, and here we see the Lakes and the Woodlands executive golf courses. As you can see, they're coming along great. I happened to run into Kenny Azelle a couple of days ago, and we talked, and he was really happy with the way the courses were looking, and they're excited about them opening up this fall, so I look forward to it. I still haven't played Beautyberry or Honeysuckle. My days are just a little too busy these days for getting out and getting any golfing in. On the left side of the golf course is Bob Run. That's the name of the street. It's in the village of Merritt Field. There's a lot of work going on right now. Now, if you've got a house being built and you need somebody to take pictures of it, be sure to give me a call at 352-661-6175 or go to my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo video package of your new home. This is the village of Farmstead. It's not up for sale yet, but it will be very soon. Now we'll get another view of that area of Farmstead that's being built from the north side of Central Parkway. Central Parkway is running along the bottom of the screen. It looks like everything is ready in this area. They're putting up the walls for the villa communities. As we rotate around, we'll get another view of Legacy Place under construction, viewed from the west. Heading north now, we're going to follow McNeil Road up. McNeil Road will connect all the way up to the Bexley Bridge. Coming up, this is the location for the Rock and Roll Villages Recreation Center. As you can see, work has already started on it. Based on the work at Pullman and Mustang Rec Center, they will probably start working on the building in the next month or 2. Seems a little early for this area based on the construction progress in this area for homes, but hey, what do I know? These guys are the experts, not me. I'll continue up to about halfway to the Bexley Bridge, then we'll turn to the south and loop back around. You can see that the Meadowview Championship Golf Course is under construction. This is going to be a 27-hole golf course. There's one of the greens right there on one of the little peninsulas of land. That'll be a fun one. I'm sure we'll lose a lot of golf balls there. Many of the residential roads can be seen here under construction. Some of them look like they're halfway done. It looks like they've got dirt on them or something, and they actually put sand on the finished roadway so that it reduces the friction for the heavy trucks so they don't damage the road surface during the construction process. That's Corbin Trail we're flying over. That's the same one that comes out of Monarch Grove. Here's some more walking trails that are being built as part of the Rock and Roll Recreation Center complex. I'm going to rotate around now, and we're going to recontinue our trip up McNeil Drive until we get almost to the Bexley Bridge, and then we'll head south towards the Olympia Recreation Center. Top of the screen is the Florida Turnpike and the village of Citrus Grove. Rotating around, we're going to now continue our trek up McNeil Drive. Some people have asked me about the two little circles below the telemetry gauge, one with a blue dot, the other with a red dot. That's actually the control stick positions that I use for controlling the drone during these flights. That was a request by some of my drone pilot friends. They wanted to know how I was flying this and the maneuvers I was making, so now they can figure out what's going on. Of course, right now, it looks like nothing, but that's because I have the cruise control on. As we continue in the upper right corner is the Farragut Ball Fields and the Olympia Recreation Center. This is once again Corbin Trail as we rotate around, and we'll head back towards the Rock and Roll Village Recreation Center. Here we get another look at that green where the hole is on a peninsula. Some days I think Kenny Azell has a pretty sick sense of humor when it comes to some of these holes. It's either that, or he owns stock in several golf ball manufacturers, and he's making a killing off of me with these holes. Alright, let's move a little farther south. This is the village of Green Grove Hills. I'm flying at about 35 to 40 feet off the ground, just because it gives a great effect, but you can see the stub-ups for all the utilities, the water, the cable, the fiber optics. We're going to turn back around now, and we're going to head south towards the village of Sandy Hill. Once again, that's the Olympia Rec Center and the Farragut Ball Fields in the upper right corner of the screen. That's Corbin Trail. You can see many of the roads here are done. There's the sand on the road again to limit the friction for the heavy equipment. That's Central Parkway, and on the other side of Central Parkway is Farmstead. And as we come back to the east, we see some construction work going on here. This one's puzzled me for a while. Stopped and tried to talk to some of the workers, and they said it has something to do with moving water. That's all they can tell me. They don't seem to want to share much information. We'll keep a close eye on it, though, and I'll let you know when I find out more. Here we can see work still going on the South 9 of the Meadowview Championship Golf Course. We're going to climb back up and turn back around and head back towards Eastport. I want to show you one thing that's going on there. I'm going to stop just short of Bexley Trail and then use the zoom lens on the drone to look at this area. This is that area that's going to be part of the lifestyle preview homes that are being built in the Eastport area. They started work on it the day after I shot this, so it's finally moving along. I'm not sure why there was such a long delay in getting started on it, though. Next up, we're going to jump back south of Central Parkway and take a look at what's going on there. Black Dog Garage Floors, the best flooring choice for your garage. 3/8 inch thick copolymer interlocking textured tiles made in the USA gives your garage that custom look everyone will love, and all for about the same price or less as those pretty paint jobs. Available in a variety of colors and installs in hours, not days. This tough, easy to clean flooring system is resistant to most solvents, battery acid, gas, oil, and moisture, and even if it does get damaged, it's easily repairable by simply replacing a tile. Black Dog Garage Floors. It's not just another pretty paint job. This is heading north from the starter shack over the Honeysuckle Executive Course and over the village of Merritt Field as we go up to the village of Farmstead. This is the western half of Farmstead between Bush Boulevard and Bexley Trail. As you can see, the roads are all in, the walls are in, it's ready to go. Coming up, this is the Farmstead Postal Station and Recreation Area. They'll continue to sell the eastern half of the village of Long Prairie until it's almost sold out, and then they'll start offering Farmstead. Probably another month and a half before that actually happens. This is the Merritt Field Postal Station and Recreation Area. Just like Farmstead, it's almost complete. We'll head back to this veranda community. This came up for sale a couple of weeks ago. It's about 100 homes and a lot of really nice ones on the golf course and on water. Many of them have pools. This is the Pullman Recreation Center. It is coming along at a very brisk pace. Get a nice look at it. The architectural style, if you look at the dormers, they all have the curved roof, just like the old Pullman rail cars. It's still going to take several months to do the interior finish work on Pullman Recreation Center. It'll probably be a couple of months behind the Mustang Recreation Center in opening. This parking lot on Frank Terrace is for the new Street of Dreams. When it'll be built, nobody knows. The same thing with these two parking lots here on Aubie Trail for the new Street of Dreams also. This is the village of Long Prairie. There's people moving in all over the place on this. There's probably 40 or 50 houses occupied already. We'll fly down the Beautyberry Executive Golf Course and we'll go take a look at the Long Prairie Neighborhood Pool and Recreation Facility. And now we're coming up on the Mustang Village Recreation Center. The pool is already filled with water, and they're working on landscaping and the interior. It probably will be another 2 months before it's open. We'll see. That's just my best guess at this point. A lot of work is still going on to finish up the outdoor recreational facilities at Mustang. We're back here on Beautyberry. We're going to fly up a little bit, and then we're going to look to the south, and we're going to see this area. This is CDD 17, and that will be our next segment for this video. The orange spot at the top of the screen used to be a mountain of clay. It and the large mountain of soil that used to occupy this big gray area have all been used to grade the lots in CDD 16. We're going to rotate back around, and we're going to see that orange mountain of clay, and we'll fly up and get a close-up look of what's left of it. Not very much. This orange clay is extremely valuable in grading the lots and development because it helps control which way the water drains and to stop it from draining excessively fast. As we rotate around, we see the pole barn and the service area for the heavy equipment. When one of these big trucks break down, they don't haul it to the shop, they haul it over to the pole barn, and they have mechanics that work on it right there. Now we're coming up on the new cell tower. As we get closer, you'll see that there's no cellular antennas on it yet. They haven't started installing these, and when they will, I don't know. As I said, it's really needed down in this section of the Villages. Coming up is the intersection of Bexley Trail and from the right, Landstone Boulevard. We'll rotate around, we'll get a nice look at the Shallow Creek Country Club, and then turn back and head over into the area of Middleton that's currently under construction. Bexley Trail continues on and will eventually make its way down to 471, but that's still quite a few years in the future. The tree line in the video is Dry Creek. It runs from the wetlands south of Center Hill all the way up to the mines just to the west of Middleton, where it drains in there. As we rotate around, this is part of Middleton. This area is all up for sale. There's a couple of lots sold, but most of it's available. As we go across this body of water, this area is not yet available for sale. It probably will be a while, just because they have enough lots already up on the market. As we head back to the east, we'll get another look at the Shallow Creek Country Club golf course. And I'll give you another look at the cell tower mast that's been built and waiting for its antenna arrays. This is currently the south end of Bar Boulevard, where I'm taking off from. We're looking south, and you can see parts of Middleton. And as we rotate around, you'll see that there are a lot of really large two-story houses in this area. They've become very popular, and they're really building a lot of them. At the very top of the screen is downtown Middleton, and beyond that is Moultrie Creek. We'll continue to rotate around, and then we're going to go out into the newer area that's being built. The bridge here, that's going over Dry Creek. Dry Creek is again along the right-hand side. As we climb up, gain some altitude, you can see a little bit farther ahead. They're laying out the streets. Things are coming along rather quickly here. You can see Hornstein Terrace coming in on the right, which runs next to Dry Creek Park and heads towards the K-8 school. The lake in the upper right corner was one of the old quarries for the limestone mine next to Middleton. They filled these quarries with water to help stabilize the water table. The dark line going across the middle of the screen is the roadbed for Bar Boulevard as it continues to the west and turns to the north. You can see they've got most of the retention ponds done. This is where a recreation center is planned to be built. This is going to be the first recreation center that they really have in the Middleton area. As we continue a little farther to the south, we see that things have not progressed as far in this area as farther north. And that's kind of to be expected. They'll move from north to south. But there is a lot of work going on. This entire area in this segment is all part of Middleton B Community Development District. If you remember, about 2 years ago, they reduced the size significantly of Middleton A, and then later on created the Middleton B Community Development District. When Middleton A was originally reduced to about a quarter of its original size, the doom and gloom sayers were saying, oh, look, Middleton's a failure. Well, obviously, they were very wrong. It's a huge success. It just doesn't sell at the same rate as the Villages. It's a different kind of community. We're back here at Bar Boulevard now, and this is the Dry Creek walking path that runs along the right-hand side of the tree line. We'll follow it around just a little bit to give you an idea of what it looks like. It's a very nice walking trail. And when I've been out here many times, there's a lot of people walking and bike riding and running on this particular path. There's even a couple of bridges that go over to the other side of Dry Creek, but they're not open yet for obvious reasons. I'll circle back around now and go back to the entrance of this area at Bar Boulevard. Bar Boulevard winds its way up to the north through Middleton, the village of Moultrie Creek, Shady Brook, and Water's Edge before it finally ends at the entrance to Eastport. We'll jump back up a little bit farther north on Bar Boulevard, and we're at the Church at the Springs Church that's being built. This is at the corner of Bar Boulevard and Landstone. Here you can see they've got the foundation done. Just the other day, they put the first couple of vertical columns in, so things are going to start going vertically on this building very quickly. As we look to the north, we see the high school as well as one of the water storage facilities and wells for potable water for this area. Based on the size of the parking lots, they're obviously planning for a rather large congregation at Church of the Springs. To help you better get your bearings on where this is located, I'll rotate around and we see that's Moultrie Creek, and that's the Shallow Creek Golf Course Country Club building and boosters. Since we're looking at one church under construction, I would be remiss if I didn't take a look at the other church that's under construction. This is Hope Lutheran Church. It's located on the other side of the Florida Turnpike, opposite the Everglades Regional Recreation Center. As you're heading west on Warm Springs Avenue, just before you get to the Florida Turnpike, look to your right and you get an incredible view of this church. It looks like it's going to be quite gorgeous. We'll fly around it, you get a better idea of just how big it is. At the top of the screen is Warm Springs Avenue. We'll fly back around and we'll get a close-up look at the front of the building. A lot of interesting architectural work going on here. As we climb back up and look to the southeast, you get another view of Warm Springs Avenue and the village of Hawkins. Alright, enough of being sidetracked. Let's go back to Middleton. This is the landing at Lake Eleanor. Where is this? Again, this is Middleton. This is at one time what I thought was going to be quadplexes or townhouses in the area between the K-8 school and the boathouse. I was in fact wrong. This looks to be more like a upscale community with some very large two-story homes and very large footprint single-story homes. Many of these homes are on the very same lake as the boathouse is, with the outdoor recreation rental facility and the restaurant Zanzibar. Many of the new homes in this area that are being built are in excess of 3,000 square feet of air-conditioned space. We'll rotate around and we get another look at the boathouse and Zanzibar. We'll take one more pass over these new homes that are being built. There's still a few lots that haven't started, and last I looked, there was only one lot left for sale in this community. Once again, as you can see, there are some very large homes being built in this community. Let's continue on now with our look at Middleton. Middleton is a quickly growing commercial district. Most importantly, though, we have Publix going in. This is the building here under construction. It seems to be moving along quite well. And to the south of it is the new hotel that's being built. The exterior work is nearly complete, and they've already started on interior work in this new hotel. My sources are telling me that the hotel will open sometime around the end of October, the first week in November. Seems a little aggressive, but you never can tell. This is where the Genesis Gym will eventually be built. That's about a year or so down the road. No idea what's going in this property. Nothing has been announced, and nothing seems to be on the horizon, but obviously it's a prime location. As we fly a little bit to the north, this building on the corner is Mavis Tire. And next to it, the building with the iconic orange Connex box on top of it is Small's Sliders. Moving a little bit to the west is the Chase Bank. It's looking near completion, on the outside at least. I'm sure there's a lot to go on the inside. This open lot is supposed to be a drugstore, whether it's CVS or Walgreens, I don't know. And of course, off in the distance, we have Circle K. The pumps are in, it's looking really good. The signage on the building is now up as of today. Hopefully it'll be open very soon because it's desperately needed in this area of the community. So this wraps up our grand tour of the southern part of the community. So let's move on to some other areas that are under construction here around the Villages and Middleton. At the top of the screen is the intersection of Warm Springs and US 301. And as we rotate around, we see where they're building more of the US 301 bypass around the city of Coleman. We're going to take a fly right down the side of this thing so you get a good look. It's coming along pretty quick. When is it going to open? No idea.
Hi, I'm Jeff Monash with Village Air Filters. Are you tired of wasting money on throwaway paper air filters? I can save you money with my lifetime permanent washable air filters. Just buy it once and never buy another air filter again. Rinse it out and then just slide it right back in. My filters are custom made in the US and they have a lifetime warranty. Give me a call at 352-388-1230 or visit my website at villageairfilters.com.
This light-colored area is supposed to be a commercial development along US 301. At the top of the screen is the Rick Scott Industrial Park. 301 will meet up with County Road 525 East. We'll rotate around and we'll get a look at the Marlene O'Toole Industrial Park that's slowly being developed. Coming into view at the top of the screen is the Hammock at Finney section of the Villages. Moving up to Lake Deaton Plaza, we have Mavis Tire. Yes, this is the same company that's building down in Middleton. This is actually their third location in the Villages area that I know of, at least in the southern part of the Villages. Here we get a look at Lake Deaton Plaza, and we'll rotate around, and we can see the businesses along 44, and this nearest one is Walgreens, and off in the distance is the Chitty Chatty Bridge. Just to the east of Brownwood is the village of Antrim Dells, and next to Antrim Dells there is a new section of the Villages being built. It's on about 10 acres. This is the site. It's going to be for some courtyard villas. Not a lot is happening here. They cleared it a while ago. The growth here that you see is actually about 4 feet high, and it covers up quite a bit of my truck when I get near it. Let's move now up to 466A. This is the area just to the east of Powell Road on 466A. This is where the KFC is supposed to be going. Here we have the 7-Eleven that's been open for a while. And next to it, we have a medical office building that's being built. Next up is the third Mavis Tire that I was talking about earlier. When I was shooting this video, I happened to have to make a visit there because I picked up a screw in one of the tires in my new truck. Oh joy. And this big green lot here, this is where Chick-fil-A is supposed to be going. No idea when they're going to start on that yet, but I know a lot of people are really interested in it. I know I like Chick-fil-A a whole lot. And just across the street is the now open Twisty Treat, and no, I haven't had a chance to try it yet. All right, our last segment is something a little special. This is a lower level flyover of the Timberland and Lakes executive golf courses. I'm going to go hole by hole, sit back, enjoy the music as I do this flyover for you. Truly hope you have enjoyed today's video as much as I've enjoyed preparing it for you. Please be sure to support my sponsors if you can. I'm Don Wiley. Have a great day.